Hi, Josie. Thank you so much for agreeing to have this conversation.
Hi.
I'd like to get started by asking people if they want to share something about their early life, such as where you were born and grew up and what was early life like.
I grew up in Okanagan, and early life was great. And tons of nature over there, and lots of good friends. And then moved back and forth to the coast, Vancouver here, and got into the film industry. I was born in Winnipeg, and my uncle went to the Okanagan, and we followed. I guess I was conceived in Scotland, but my grandpa back then worked for Hudson's Bay with his brother, and my mom grew up on reserve. We ended up moving to the Okanagan, and my dad ended up going back to Scotland, and I didn't talk to him until I was probably 16, a few words on Facebook. Yeah, he had 2 more kids out there, and one of them, she looks a lot like me, was messaging me to death, and I ended up talking to her a bit, and it was me and my mom always when I was younger.
So just you and your mom living together, what was life like some of the time?
Her shadow.
You were her shadow?
Yeah. I don't know, went to school. My mom was strict, but she was also the coolest mom that you would want. She built motorcycles, and in Kelowna, sort of like California, I guess, for people that aren't from there. But it's a small town. There's lots of partying. There's lots of outdoors. There's rival schools, I guess, but I grew up single mom. She was an artist. She had a sign company, painted, casual boyfriends, bikers or drug dealers. As a kid that was dragged around everywhere, either waiting for my mom at work, stuck in the truck, or babysitting strippers' kids, or dragged around boating. There's always boating in Kelowna. But it was at the time you're a kid, but I sort of took the back seat to a lot of what I thought were respected men or people, and just the people that were around me really changed and helped me grow. My mom was hard to deal with. She was trauma from when she was younger. Her mom passed away, or she never knew how, when she was 6 years old, and that was on the reserve. So I can imagine the older I get, the more I understand. But your mom's gone when you're 6, so that's where her trauma came from. But my mom was very narcissistic and strict. Same thing with my grandpa, and I was reminded of that. She would always say, oh, don't whine or don't cry. I always had it worse, so there's never an answer. Narcissist is the weirdest thing, which also has shaped me, but also given me my negatives and positive, but relentlessly trying. I had to always try it differently.
All right. But you made it through, and then into the film industry, and your mom was in that industry as well, and
yeah, she sort of moved on. When I was 14, I ended up just getting older and sick of how I was treated, and I ended up writing her a letter. It was really hard to do. I took her out for dinner, and I just told her basically either she treats me better or I'm gonna move out. And I thought that would be an easy decision, but in the background, my ultimatum was I was gonna move in with the family that we had met. My mom worked for in the past, and we got to know their family. We lived in their basement, and I was destined to meet them, but my mom couldn't accept responsibility and chose to let me go, so I ended up moving in with them. But they are my family now. I have 2 sisters, one older and one younger, 4 years younger, and a mom and dad. And they showed me how to love, basically.
Oh, wonderful. So they loved you and gave you a good environment.
Yeah. I was allowed to express love for the first time, so I could,
I'm sure glad you found them.
yeah.
And you're still in touch with them?
I don't know. Just since COVID, I haven't been, and it just gets harder, you know.
Right.
Just this lifestyle isn't. I shouldn't be. No, I haven't been talking to them, but I wish I was, and I have to just call them. I don't know why I'm not. So.
Well, you always can again someday, right? Yeah. And I'm sorry that was really hard for you and that you had to go through all that. I appreciate you sharing.
My mom's an artist, and I've always done art, and so I got into the film industry following her, but getting into set painting, and then worked my way up in the film industry.
Oh, good. So you're in the film industry in Vancouver?
Yeah.
Oh, and how long were you doing that for?
I think my first show was actually, my mom dragged me, but it was 14. And then I started from the bottom. It was all about seniority and like washing brushes all the way to just set painting, and then learn more scenic stuff, and then full scenic artist, and you can do anything. I worked all my way up to the top.
Are you still doing it, or did you do it till recently?
I've done it forever. It kind of feels weird not being at work, but since COVID, I guess, I haven't gone back yet, so yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Do you have plans to go back?
I do. I might change the direction, because I don't know, I've used my labor. I kind of want to use my art talents for other things, so either just work part of the year and do personal art and impact stuff, and yeah, I'm not really sure, but
So COVID really changed things.
yeah, COVID changed a lot.
And what is your life like now? What are you living on the downtown Eastside?
Yeah. I stay anywhere. I stay at friends' places, I stay at shelters, I stay outside, I stay in tents. Yeah, I guess homeless. I'm homeless.
Okay. Well, thanks for sharing that. And are you actively looking for housing, or is it a challenge to find at this point?
It is a challenge. It's kind of structurally in the downtown east side, a certain process you're supposed to go through. There's SROs, there's modulars, or back into regular rentals, which is expensive. Everyone knows that. I'm debating which route to go to. Modulars are a new thing, but they're not for long periods of time. So,
Right.
but they're a good stepping stone, I would say. But I do not. I said this last year, but I do not want to spend another winter outside.
So you're hoping some housing comes obviously before winter.
Yeah, but mainly you have to go get it. It doesn't come to you.
Right. Yeah. Wow. Okay, well, I sure hope you get that. And so as far as the downtown east side, how long have you been visiting it, or what is your association with the downtown east side mostly?
I guess like I was really young, the typical my mom driving me down Hastings or seeing the area and looking at all the sights. But over the years, I've had friends come down here, and then obviously I was in a car accident and started using opiates, so that's another reason I came down here. I met when I first came down here, when I first like really moved here full time, I was probably 19, 20. I met a lot of influential people, and they started a lot of groups that are around today. A lot starting with safe drug use and just all sorts of different issues. So I kind of kept coming down here for that, and just it's sort of like a community down here. So it kind of grew that way. So it's been probably since I was 19, 20. I'm 34 now.
And then the car accident and using opiates, that was what caused you to be introduced to substances, and then that's something that's challenging to get away from?
Yeah. It is a challenge. I mean, if, in hindsight, I could say a bunch of things, but just I don't know. I would never tell someone to go out and do that by choice, like obviously there's different people involved, the doctors, your friends, but yeah, there's so many issues involved with that, and it's grown so much. I can't believe how much it's changed and just the impact that it's doing everywhere.
Okay, so you've seen the downtown east side change a lot over the years.
Yeah.
Probably an understatement.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. So at this point, it's a big part of your life, just being on the downtown east side.
Yeah. Since COVID, I kind of was trying to find housing. I lost my housing, just not to do with drugs or anything like that. It was more personal, my relationship and family, and just so happened to be COVID, and there wasn't any shelters available, and I was in like Surrey, so I moved closer in here, and then wound up back down here, and I was actually 3 years off opiates and like very happy, and then COVID changed a lot, and then I think the unknown and the scare, and then just the whole controlling all of our like everything, I guess, but the stability of our daily lives. But yeah, there's one big shelter that was available, and yeah.
You mentioned that you're an artist and you have all sorts of ideas of things you'd like to do in the downtown east side. There were ways that it was thriving art-wise before COVID and different programs, and so you have hopes to get back to where it was and get some art initiatives happening, writing projects and newsletters and things that were there before, maybe back in circulation.
I think a lot of people down here, a lot of us want to see that, or at least have some sort of exit strategy that rolls out. Well, I don't know. It seems it's becoming quicksand and not just It's muddy right now. It's going to be quicksand. It's just a lot's changed, but there's still so many creative and responsible and smart and ingenious people down here that feel like there's not a source for them to
have an outlet.
So that would be amazing. It's just the space and just awareness and the connection, I guess. But yeah, that would be amazing.
So besides that, and of course getting housing, what else would you like to see for your future, whether it be short term or long term? What are your hopes?
I want more self-love and set boundaries. Talk to my family. Housing. Just bringing awareness and knowledge with my art to people.
Well, thank you so much for sharing all this. It wasn't easy to share everything. I really hope you get this housing, and we'll continue talking about that. Okay.
Thank you.